those days when we used to pray in the wilderness, oh my God, we will hold the wall. Oh, what they call the wailing wall. We have first-hand experience. We will hold the wall, and as you are vibrating, your body is shaking like this for 3 hours. When you finish, where you are will be like the pot bucket of water. You will now know that you have shaken something. Now, when we are going to cast out demons, sometimes we go like 5 of us. We enter the room. You are shaking. Even the demon will know warriors have come. You see one person stand like this.
Watch this powerful video by God's servant Apostle Michael Orokpo, and God will bless you mightily. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.
It's a blessing to live old, but it's a waste of time if you live old without fulfilling purpose. What gives old age value is not gray hair. Gray hair is a blessing. That means God gave you enough time for purpose. But in case you fail to fulfill purpose, your gray hair will bring reproach to you. So I said, we don't just live here at old age. We live here finished. While Jesus was on the cross, he was only 33 and a half years old. But he looked up and said, it is finished. Father, unto you I commend my spirit. So if you were to depart from here, by reason of divine blessings, live a fruitful old age. And let that fruitfulness be that you fulfilled purpose. Because if you don't live here finished, you either have no right existing or you have no right departing. There are 5 other benefits. Number 1, a man of purpose has clarity. He knows where he's going. That's why he doesn't dabble in everything. When you find people who are everywhere at every time, they are going nowhere, sir. There are many people escorting others to destiny. And the way you will find it or discover it is that they are everywhere. Everything gets their attention. Everywhere is what their presence. They are going nowhere. People of purpose have clarity. And because of that, they are led by the Spirit because they yield to the one who dictates purpose. Isaiah 30:21 said, even when they are in the wrong direction, they will hear a voice behind them, telling them the way to go. So purpose is important because amongst other things, it brings clarity. Number 2, I said purpose is important because it brings inner peace and fulfillment. As important as resources are, and I'm going to mention it, people who fulfill purpose, even when they don't have money, they are not perturbed. Because they draw their peace from their journey. When you find purpose, nothing can break you. You will become like Mount Zion that cannot be moved. There is a peace that surpasses knowledge that purpose furnishes. That's why Jesus, speaking in John 4:34, he said, my food is to do the will of him that sent me and to fulfill it. He enjoyed life like food because he was doing the will of the Father. Number 3, I said purpose is the backbone for provision. 1 Thessalonians 5:24, it said, faithful is he who has called you, and he will do it. Some of us, the reason we have terrible lack, it's not just because the country is hard. It's because we are not fulfilling purpose. Believe me, when you start fulfilling purpose, resources will show up. I know it by experience. Most of you here, even when you are going through difficulty, something has moved you to give to me. Because when you calculate it, you just want to bless me. It's not because you love my face, sir. What I'm doing compels compliance. That's how purpose works. The Bible said Gentiles will come to your light. It said kings will come to the brightness of your rising. One of the surest way of curing lack is to fulfill purpose. When you find your purpose, strangers will build your walls. You will suck the breast of kings. I'm telling you, the reason many people are shouting and crying, they've not entered their purpose. Either they have not discovered it or they are not yet living it. They are still jumping and doing all kinds of permutations. Genuinely face your purpose and see the way God will back you up. See the way Paul will say it. Philippians 2:13. It's God that worketh in us, both to will and to do. There is empowerment, sir. There is provision because he's fulfilling purpose. Number 4, you fulfill purpose, influence and impact becomes a byproduct. Real purpose compels influence. Real one. You study the life of Jesus when he returned and started his missions. The Bible said the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. Matthew 4:15. He said the people that sat in darkness have seen a great light. And Luke 4:15, the Bible said his fame went abroad. Some of us are not influential because we are cutting our hair and showing haircut. We are just preaching Jesus. And millions are following from all around the world. It gives you opportunity to impact people. And that's why I told you that if you are not impacting people, you have not found purpose. Purpose is not about self. It's about God and others. Then self will be taken care of. So it has to do with impact. And then finally, purpose procures eternal reward. Like you saw already in 2 Timothy 4:8. There remaineth for me a crown of righteousness. This is why this thing we are dealing with is so important. And you must make up your mind to begin to fulfill purpose. Purpose is like a spectrum. There are many layers to it. There are 5 basic concepts that explains it. I said number 1, purpose has to do with divine intention for creation. So when you find a man who is walking in purpose, he has isolated the reason for his creation. If you have not understood and isolated why you are here, then you have not understood purpose. It said in Jeremiah 1:5, before you were formed in your mother's womb. It said, before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified you, I ordained you to be a prophet. So the guy knew the intention for his creation. You can't be relevant if you don't know why you were created. Imagine if this microphone, assuming it had cognitive capacity, and then the microphone assumed it was a hammer. It will be useless. So you first of all need to know why you were created. If you have discovered why you are created, you have entered the first rung of the ladder of purpose. And then number 2, I said purpose is living out that assignment or calling which necessitated your creation. When you start living that assignment. So on one side is to discover it. On another side is to live it. You'll find many people, they tell you, this person you are seeing here is a prophet. Guess where prophet is? Prophet is among Yahoo people. Swindling money. And then when you talk, you say, Kai, I'm a prophet. I had visions. My mother told me. Where are you, prophet? Yahoo. I told you one of my friends who came to me and said, God told him he is the Apostle Paul of this generation. Apostle Paul? I shook. Do you know how many apostles are in this generation? And you are the one carrying the mantle of Paul. Apostle Paul is my friend, so I won't talk much. But we are here to see Apostle Paul. It's not enough to isolate it. Live it. This is where purpose actually begins to take shape. The Bible said in Ephesians 2:10, we are his workmanship. We were created in Christ Jesus for good works. 2 Timothy 1:9, he said he has called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose. So we were called for an assignment. You understand purpose when you find that assignment. You understand purpose when you begin to live that assignment. And I said it doesn't stop there. You are also working in purpose when you have understood the peculiarity of your design. When you find a man of purpose, there is no doubt in understanding about who he is. Because your design, to a large extent, influences your efficacy in carrying out your assignment. This microphone is excellent at this moment because it was designed to do this. Imagine if I wanted to use this microphone for something else. Perhaps to nail something. Every time I hit it, it damages. Because that work is not consistent with the design. So it's not just enough to find your purpose, your intention. It's not just enough to be on the assignment. Have you understood your design? And are you refining your design so that you function at optimum capacity? There are many people who are crude. Meanwhile, as they journey in purpose, different cadres, different levels of the assignment requires different level of transformation. So when you see them, they are bragging. Nobody can intimidate me. Don't intimidate me. I refuse to be intimidated. But he's talking like somebody in the forest. We don't want to intimidate you. But okay, this is your design. You kings can't look at it. He said, Gentiles come to your light. Kings don't come to your light. They don't care about your light. Many have light. They come to the intensification, the brightness of your rising. So you must understand your design and refine it. This is the biggest problem of many people. Quite all right, they know that they should be businessmen. They have started the business, but they have not improved since they started. You meet them today, they are the 1999 version of themselves. The world has moved, no refinement. They are still talking the way they were talking in their wilderness. You need to meet us when we were in the wilderness. We were rascals in the spirit. Oh my God. Those days, even when we are preaching, see, we are responding to the fire. But as you go global, you have to manage your temperament. You have to, because you are dealing with multiracials, multiculturals. This morning I was addressing the church in Perth. They are not, if you are preaching and you are like this, what's he doing? You say it's fire, it's fire. The spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. See, sometimes you allow certain ventilation. Don't suffocate it. But don't tell me the Holy Ghost is the reason why you are preaching like this. You are not the only preacher. It's your peculiarity. It's the excess of the unrefined part of your soul. If we don't do like that, God won't move. It's a lie. That's your peculiarity. Appreciate it, acknowledge it, but learn to refine it. Don't be like you were 10 years ago, sir. Everything moves. Even Satan is refining. He was a serpent in Eden. He's a dragon in Revelation. So understand your peculiarities, develop them, improve on them, refine them. Your purpose requires that. And God will need to give you revelation to understand what I'm saying. Because usually people don't agree. When you start maturing, you will know. Those days when we used to pray in the wilderness, oh my God, we will hold the war. Oh, what they call the wailing war, we have first-hand experience. We will hold the war, and as you are vibrating, your body is shaking like this for 3 hours. When you finish, where you are will be like the pot bucket of water. You will now know that you have shaken something. Now, at that level, revelation was low, so we needed to exert. You know, when the edge of the axe is blunt, you exert more energy. So it's not wrong. We needed that level of exertion because we didn't know much. Even to cast out devils, you needed to see the brutal prayer we used to pray to cast out demons. When we are going to cast out demons, sometimes we go like 5 of us. We enter the room. You are shaking. Even the demon, we know warriors have come. You see one person stand like this. When we are fired for 40 minutes and the atmosphere starts changing, the person starts shaking because we are praying and watching. When the person starts feeling the fire, then you remove your suit, throw it somewhere, and you stand. You devil, you can't. We have come. There's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. That's what we knew. In fact, when you spend 4 hours to cast out demons, it means you have gained rank in deliverance. In our understanding. I started reading the Bible. Jesus shows up. Before talking, they're already screaming. Why have you come before your time? I say, Sometimes he looks at them and they are out. Sometimes they are even begging him, don't cast us here, cast us there. Oh, is that how it is? What is the cure? We have to go back and study again. You need refinement. But you have to understand your shape to refine your shape. And then finally, number 4, we said purpose is impact. If you are not making impact, you are not fulfilling purpose. Most of the people we celebrate are not what celebrating. You say somebody is a president, somebody is a senator. What has he done? He has only bought Ferraris and Lamborghinis. The village where he parked them, there's no road. And because we are poverty-stricken people looking for peanuts, we are compelled to celebrate them. What are you celebrating? Somebody said he's senator for 8 years. He returned to his village, there's no road, there's no water. And then he has Ferrari, he has a G-Wagon, he has all the cars. And he's feeling important. That person should be an object of public ridicule. He knows nothing about leadership. He has wasted the time of that constituency. Somebody says he's a pastor. No impact in the lives of people. No impact in the environment. And you say you are a senior prophet. Senior how? This thing is all about impact. I showed you from Luke 4:18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. That was the only time we had me. Me vanished. For he has anointed me to do what? Preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to bring deliverance to the captives, recovery of sight to the blind, and to set at liberty them that are bruised. Purpose is about others. It's about God. It's as you are doing this too that your own meaning comes out. So if there's no impact, you don't know purpose. Finally, purpose is living now for eternity. When a man lives and his focus is eternity, when eternity influences how you live in the now, you have understood purpose. Paul said, our light affliction are but for a moment. 2 Corinthians 4:17. Why? For they work for us an exceeding weight of eternal glory. He said, why we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen, they are temporal, but the things that are unseen, they are eternal. So the reason they were living the way they were living is simply because they knew that everything they do here is what will determine who they will be, where they are going. I told you, the finished works of Christ will take you to eternity, but it's your work that will give you a place in eternity. So purpose is intent, divine intent. Purpose is assignment and calling. Purpose is shape and design. Purpose is impact on others. And purpose is living for eternity. When you understand this spectrum, and when you live according to this spectrum, You are a man of purpose.
We want to appreciate you. Thank you for watching this powerful video by God's servant Apostle Michael Orokpo. We are happy that you have watched. In case you have not subscribed, don't forget to do so. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.